Good, better. How are you doing?
Awesome. Are you feeling better?
Yes, sir.
Good shit, man.
I decided to sweat it out yesterday.
Yeah. Would you work out?
Yeah, I do a lot of skateboarding.
Oh, nice. Good stuff, man. Gary, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
You taking any trades during London?
Nope.
Yeah, it was
I'm
actually
waiting for GJ, but
yeah, you had something on GJ right here.
it was yeah, I was waiting for the 30-minute though. Hold on. I had more support set up. I was looking for stage sales below 153, 150.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It didn't. Yeah, the 30-minute.
You were waiting for the retest right here?
Yeah, but then it just comes straight back up. So
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it does that. It'll come right back up into that zone and then it'll drop. Um yeah,
I
so
could have taken an entry a bit higher up.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do on GJ because we do have this clean move over here on the 4 hour, and we did close below over here. But the only thing is, we closed below with no bottom wick, right? And now this candle has no bottom wick, and now it's retesting. But one thing that we did see last week was that we did retest and we did pass the low of this candle and we did just drop. So if we look at the journal, I recorded this somewhere. Let's see. In my setups. See right here. But this was on gold. So you see how we closed below kind of like this zone over here? It's not so much the zone, it's the candle formation. So it's the strong bearish candle, but with no bottom wick. The retest over here with the top wick. And then we passed the low of this candle with volume. And this happened around 8 a.m. So obviously get some volume on gold. But let's see if we could get something like that on GJ over here. The only thing is it's respecting this channel, right? So it's now at the low of that channel. Now, obviously, support and resistance, main confluence, but right now it's at the support of that channel. So are we going to get some sort of a fake out over here? It looks like you get, yeah, if this candle, we already created this low down here. Are we snapping back into the zone? Looks like it's trying to hold a support right here because we already did create this bottom wick. So it is respecting this support. So are we coming back into the range or are we going to continue to range over here and then drop with volume? Make sense? Carlos, you take anything yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so GJ is a little tricky right now. Gold.
You say you're in there?
Yeah, I took this very low risk. What happened was I was on my way back home on a drive, and it was one of those trades where you look at the chart and you see the perfect setup, but you shouldn't really be jumping into a trade as soon as you look at the chart, right? But what I did was I extremely lowered my risk, like penny lots on this. So I ended up entering an impulse trade as soon as it was on my phone really quick, as soon as we passed the low of this candle right here. And it looks like we retested this low. Reason I'm not doing anything right down here, like normally I would secure down here, but it's very low risk. So I'm just letting it go and see what happens. But obviously I'll manage risk normally.
I,
But
I
when
looked.
it comes to
I looked at
securing,
it. It didn't like it didn't have no top wick.
what's up?
I said I looked at it and it didn't have no top wick. So
Yeah, that's another reason I massively lowered the risk on this. So
dropped straight
again,
down.
I was and another reason. There you go. Another reason is we finally broke the low. We are still in this whole range that we've been looking at over here, and now we did break the 4 hour support. And what did I say? I said we did have some room over here to take a trade with some clean candles if we did break this support. Safer sells are going to be below 1760, but I lowered my risk over here because this was my setup. And we do have that clean move over here to the left that we could possibly take advantage of. So a good secure point would maybe be this wick, and then obviously 1762 down here, right? So again, we did retest the low over here, and we retraced a little bit. And normally I would have secured a little bit down here at these wicks, but again, it's low risk, and I'm just letting it run. So I move my stop loss down here a little bit. Pat, what's up, my man?
Hey, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you. What's
Awesome.
going on?
You get my message?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah. I sent you a couple DMs.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
That's Slack.
No, sorry, man.
That's all good. David, how was King the Car?
That was like the first ride that we went. That was a warm up.
Your warm up. I like it.
I would buy like the flash pass,
Okay.
and that shit flew, bro. Like that shit flew away. That's how fast it was going.
Wait a minute, it fell off of you?
No, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah, cause he put it like he hands up like the whole time, and like we, then I don't know, like yo, like where's the flash pass at? That shit flew.
Wow. That's kind of dangerous on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you on that go trade?
Yes. Yeah, I was explaining to them that I massively lowered my risk because this is one of those trades where it is my setup, but we are in a massive zone over here on the 4 hour.
Yeah, I'm
But
still
we
holding.
finally broke that support.
I'm in GU. I'm still holding.
Awesome. You want to send your chart? We'll take a
Yep.
look at it.
Yeah, bro.
Steph, can you go to GJ?
We breaking? There we go.
Yeah.
I'm in a GJ trade, actually.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. We
Uh,
get close below that. It could be.
exactly. I'm waiting for that close below because we got 7 o'clock coming. Where did you take it, Pat?
I took it up at, so let me just open up my chart real quick. So let me see. Fuck, what is this price, man? Jesus Christ, my eyes are failing me. So
Getting older, huh?
150. Yep. So 153.0. Oh, hold on. Like the way see, yeah, 153.061. So it's close, but I'm looking to ride it down to 162.
Okay. Yeah. It's where's your stop loss up here?
Just hold on. Let me switch. Where did you say? Up where?
Got everyone coming in here. What's up, James?
Hey, how are you?
What level are you showing me as a stop loss?
Oh, you guys there? Was someone
Yeah.
saying something? I think I muted everyone.
Yeah. So my stop loss is above that bullish wick.
Which one?
Yeah, that one.
What time frame? Oh, right, just right here.
Yeah.
Nice, perfect. Yeah, you
So
should be good with that.
because it's like it's a day trade, you know, it's a 100 pip move.
Mhm.
It's okay in having like a 20, what is it? My stop loss is 18 pips.
Perfect. I would keep an eye on this zone right here when it comes to managing risk. So if you just come above that zone over here, that's where I would just close 50. Right, just cut half. But that's a perfect stop loss. You should be safe right up there to ride this thing down. Even if it retraces up here, you should be good, right? If it grabs liquidity and then continues down with some more volume. But if price comes right back into this range around 153, 200, I would cut some off, or maybe even just cut the full thing because you might get stuck in a range here and then we drop, and you just don't want to be stuck in that.
Cool.
Let's see how gold is doing. Yeah, so like I said, normally I'd be securing down here after retesting these lows, but we should be filling this wick and continuing down. Only reason I'm not is because the risk is so low. James, what's up, my man?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. You take anything this morning?
I was looking at gold, all right.
At
Send it
gold?
to you on Slack.
Oh, cool.
because I took a screenshot before I went to sleep, so I'm still holding it. Like,
Oh, okay.
and that was yesterday. Yeah.
Nice.
Then right now.
You've been holding through some drawdowns, huh? Are you testing
Yeah.
them out?
Yeah, because like I just know it's gonna drop, but like sometimes like I don't like yesterday. I was gonna go to Six Flags, so and I was the one driving,
Mm.
so I kind of put my stop loss a little bigger. I just know so that
Now you risk less by putting it.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
this is like 1.5%.
Because some people they like to
Yeah, that's what
trade
like
straight lots, like they're trading specific lot sizes, and they end up just moving their stop loss, and if it hits it, you end up risking a lot more than you wanted to. But nice, man. I like this.
like,
We broke below the support over here,
yeah,
right? You kept your stop loss up here. What is this? The 2 hour. Okay, perfect. Breaking below the support down here. I
we
like
just
it.
consolidated that thing there till London, and then we dropped.
Ended up grabbing liquidity right here, and this is a pretty I don't know, a lot of people like to trade this where you have this support over here, price breaks below, consolidates a little bit, then we come back above, grab liquidity, and then we break below. And then with this candle right here, this bearish candle, if you could see, yeah, right here, that bearish candle closing right back into this zone right here is your confluence that price is going to continue down. Then you can enter another one as we're breaking the low of these wicks.
Yeah.
And knowing that this is going to be a fake out. And this is something that, this is a specific setup, a candlestick formation setup where, again, price grabs liquidity right up here and then closes right back in. And we're in that downtrend.
Yes.
And you know that price is going to continue down from that. So good job, man.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Killing it, David. Keep it up.
I literally forgot about my trade yesterday. Six Flags, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, my trade. Literally, I started. I was like, oh shit.
Were
And
you
I took
telling
my
your friends
phone.
that?
I was like, yeah. I took my phone. I was like, God damn, they should melt. I got
Talk, man.
out. I didn't flip nothing. I just got out fully.
I'm telling you, once you start showing them you're winning, not that it really matters to you what they think, but they're gonna start asking you how you're doing it.
Yeah.
So we're breaking below over here on GJ. What I did was I marked this little zone off here. But we have this constant trend that we're respecting over here that I'm just being safer. We have the cleaner zone.
Yeah, me too. I actually set partials at that trend line.
Nice, perfect. Grabbed a couple pips over there. So once we close below this zone over here, I want to see some sort of a retest right here because you got a nice clean move, and then you got about 23 pips right in here. So when we get some volume, maybe around 7:30, we should be continuing to drop over there if we break this trend over here. One second, I gotta sneeze.
Is the pound weakening due to like the lockdowns and stuff for this week?
The lockdowns, but yeah, mainly the Delta variant right now. And then also
Yeah, that shit is showing its flames over here, man. God damn.
wait, over in South Africa?
Yeah, man, it's like no joke, hey.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how is it different from regular COVID?
It spreads twice as fast, or 2 times more communicable. And then how the symptoms, the timing with the development of symptoms is also like just a big mind fuck. So the first few days of having it, I think that like the first 7 days, the symptoms are not as bad. And so you think I'm okay, I'm like sort of recovering or whatever. And then
So
after
that's
10 days, that's when like, shit hits the fan pretty
Wow.
much. So yeah, it's so strange. It's so strange. Yeah.
Damn. Do you know anyone that's gotten it yet?
Yep. Damn,
How are they doing?
It's like I said, man, like I think we're going through a bit of a shitstorm because like every second person you know. So for me, clients, close friends, like so many people are down with it, and it's hitting them hard.
Does it feel like March or April of last year?
It definitely has that. It definitely has that sentiment, especially because the president recently spoke, and we've moved up a few notches in terms of lockdown, and a lot more what do you call it, like restrictions have been put in place just to curb the current spike, which also coincides with the heart of winter. So it definitely does have that sentiment that is similar to last year April thereabouts. Yeah.
Crazy. Dude,
Yeah,
I'll never forget that. I don't think anybody will. Those
I
first
know,
2,
man.
3, 4 months, I remember it started to calm down around June. We started to learn more, but those first 3 months, going to the grocery store, wiping down your groceries, watching the press conferences every single day, which is, hats off to them for actually doing that.
Yeah. After a while I switched off, man. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna go crazy.
I know.
So.
I mean, I was dialed in to everything politics last year.
Yeah.
It was a very hostile environment. It still kind of is here, but
Yeah. But actually, yeah, you're right, because I think just it was such a, especially for the U.S. Wasn't that when like a lot of the protests were happening and so on?
well, that when did everything changed on this date? May 25th.
Yeah, man, it was a lot, man.
That's what it was, May 25th. Wow, is that early? Yeah, I guess it's right around the corner from June. Yeah, man, it set a firestorm. It was like 1968 here. I mean, I can't, I can't.
What was 68? What was 68? Sorry.
Well, I mean, shit hit the fan in 1968 with either Vietnam. There were so many different factors going on in the U.S. at that point. That's where everything changed for the U.S. A lot of people were, let's say, more conservative as far as the way they lived their lives. They had shorter hair, right? In the early 60s, which was basically still the 50s. We got a nice little drop over here. And then when Vietnam happened, I don't know if there was like a significant event like that. The 92 riots with Rodney King.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a significant thing that happened in 68. It was just like the hippie movement, all that stuff was going on. And it was just nuts.
I got you.
So it kind of lit a storm like that.
Yeah. I really do try to stay as far away from politics as I can, because it's all rubbish. It's all
a game.
bullshit. It's all bullshit, honestly.
Both sides are lying to you. Obviously, there's one side that makes sense, makes more sense than the other, but it's still just they're playing it like a fiddle.
Yeah. So I think for me now, I try to stick more with like economic data, and because that's sort of objective, right? Sort of objective, because at the end of the day, it's like what the US has been doing, and you called it for the longest time, like how the US was so, in the last couple of months, has been so secretive about like inflation, or not really wanting to admit that, hey guys, like this is a risk, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, fine, like the signs point that we're headed towards like higher inflation and so on.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why they've been doing that is because they're causing the inflation. They're the ones putting the money and buying the bonds. So obviously, and where was it that Gary and I were talking about? Oh, fundamental updates. Yeah, I sent this in the fundamental updates. Yeah, look, UK PM Johnson lifting COVID curbs very likely on July 19th. I said, yeah, I take this like a grain of salt because if you've been trading GJ for the last, I don't know, let's say at least 2 years, you've been trading it through COVID, or not COVID, but Brexit. And every single time that they would have a deadline on Brexit, it would be extended, right? You just can't take their word for it. And now that they're saying that, or actually, Gary, what was the original date that they were going to move to the next phase? Was it? It was June. Was it 22nd or June 19th?
June 21st, I think.
June 21st. So June 21st, they were supposed to move to the next phase. Guess what? June 21st comes around. They say, all right, now it's going to be July 19th. Now watch. July 19th is going to come around the corner, and they're going to extend it again.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not really clued up that much with Brexit, but like, where do things stand now? Like,
with Brexit, the thing is, like with Brexit, you got to think like they've been working on deals for 4 or 5 years, right? So if you're working on a deal and negotiating with somebody for 4 or 5 years, once it finally gets done and everything gets settled, would you accept them changing terms out of nowhere and kind of changing rules?
Yeah.
No, like the EU, and we called this like you know, I talk to Sharm all the time. We called this when it comes to the EU not wanting to budge on anything and like being really strict against Great Britain compared to other countries because of this. You know, it was telling. Like we knew it was going to happen. So now when it comes to travel, because this Delta variant, they're like, oh, we can't have anyone from the UK in here, or it's very hard for them to do business, which we called from before Brexit that, you know, it's going to be very tough on the pound, and it's going to be very tough on their economy when it comes to Brexit, unless they become more self-sufficient on a lot of things that they do.
Yeah.
So over here on GJ, I know I missed this move over here, which I'm completely fine with. I'm still in gold over here, but looks like it's dropping. Oh, little announcement. After speaking with a couple of different friends of mine in the industry that are extremely profitable, they do very well. They basically not talked me into, but they gave me the idea that doing something with funding talent, which I've always been a fan of, just because I like the girls that run it. They're awesome, very reputable people. I've always suggested if someone wants to try a funding company out, they try funding talent because they're very genuine. Again, I don't know if I told you this story, but you know, a company like FTMO, they were going back and forth with Rakil. And long story short, Rakil invited them on the live stream to answer questions and really grow their business. An audience of, well, I think it was like, he was getting like 2,500 to 3,000 at a time on those YouTube live streams, and just never they denied it, didn't want to come on, and funding talent took their place. And at the time, we didn't really know funding talent too well, and they answered every single hard question that we had about the company and you know, how they run things and how they run the, because it's a sticky kind of weird industry when it comes to that, because a lot of companies don't have the best reputation, especially not with payouts.
But there was a bit of context to that though. Like I can understand if I were FTMO, given how Rakil approached the issue, I'd have also told him to get fucked. You know,
that
because
does make sense.
Yeah, like the whole time, like you start the conversation by calling me out by saying that, you know, we are this and in a negative light, right? And then you're like, well, how about you come on my platform and like, you know, explain yourself. It's like, as a company, I mean, think about it for your business. Like, what would you do? It's like, okay, like, really, is this of any benefit to me? I mean, we are doing well. Like, who are you for me to explain myself to, you know, sort of thing. So Yeah, I also see things from their standpoint as well,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
No, but you
Yeah.
do understand both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting into that, I've always prided myself on being able to see both sides and explaining both sides to people, more in life, with
Yeah.
any kind of situation, and put myself in both shoes. I've always been able to do that. So I definitely understand that. That makes a lot of sense. And I've thought of that as well. But at the same time, it just, with the company stepping up, it's more so not about FTMO, but it's about funding talent, where it's like, oh, these people don't want to talk, they don't want to answer questions or hop on the stream, then let's do it. We have
Yeah.
nothing to hide, and that just made them look good. Not as much, making FTMO look bad, but it was more of, funding talent answering every single question from any of us.
Yeah.
It just it really told me, like, okay, I don't want to use a funding company, but I do want to associate myself with them, because I do hop on Zooms with people. At the time, I didn't have the mentorship. I do hop on Zooms with people and help them out. How can I align myself with them? Because a lot of people ask me about funding companies and if I like FTMO. I was like, I don't know. I don't have any experience with them, but there are these girls over here that's starting funding talent, and I love what they're doing. So, long story short, a couple of buddies of mine in the industry let me know about funding talent, and the fact that they're kind of leveraging them to start their own bankroll, where it's like, all right, they're doing a couple challenge accounts, passing the challenge accounts, and you're able to get once you get into the elite account or the whatever account that they're in, they're taking those funds, putting them in an account, and then eventually with that money, they're going to put that into a live account, and that'll be their money to trade. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So, one of my buddies down in Florida, he's actually the first person that taught me how to trade. He's leveraging three 100,000 accounts, $100,000 accounts. He's about to pass the third challenge, and get 3 of those, and then eventually he's going to leverage that into his own account. So I'm trying it on the $25,000 account right now. And James was a huge help, because James works for him. And we hopped on the Zoom yesterday. I was just asking him a bunch of questions. Even though I know a lot about them as people, I didn't know much about the company and how they operate with the challenge accounts and stuff. So we hopped on the Zoom. He helped me out a ton. So yeah, I tried it out. Not happy about being back on MT4, but we'll get used to it. It's all worth it.
Sorry, which David are you referring to?
Which what?
You said David works for them.
No, James works for them.
James, sorry, James.
Yeah, James Murray Good.
Okay.
So
he's part of the stream. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So James, you handle like the accounts, like the back end.
Yeah, I just do the customer support and stuff.
Awesome. And you love working with them, right?
Yeah, it's a nice company to work with.
Yeah. And talking to people that aren't even attached to the company, they're like, hands down, the best customer service you're gonna experience. Where like, if you need something, you message them, and they're great. They'll get back to you within that same day. And like, James, that's a testament to you, because you're the one doing it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
so yeah, I'm trying it out.
And what's like the split after
actually,
you pass the challenge accounts and all that stuff?
Oh, it's 80-20.
Yikes, that's a lot.
I mean, it's, yeah, and to your credit and what you're saying, I'm the same
No,
way.
I mean for like 80% for the trader. Yeah,
Okay. That's a lot. Okay.
That's a great split, man.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's what I said. I was just trying to understand what you were thinking. But I forget what I was about to say. Oh yeah, one of the other reasons I didn't want to do a funding company is because the reason I trade is to be independent, and not be tied to a company, not be told what to do. Obviously, they're not telling you what to do, but where they're telling you to clock in, clock out, you can go to the bathroom, all that stuff. Like I don't like to be told what to do. So when it comes to trading, I want to be independent. I want to be able to trade my own money and not answered anybody or not split my profits with anyone. It's just not my style. But yeah, I'm trying this out. I want to see how it is and leverage it into a few, live accounts. Put this money into something else. It's just smart. So we're gonna try it out. Plus, I want to get used to trading with a lot more capital. So I think with the challenge, you have to gain 8% in 30 days. And then the next challenge, you have to gain 4% in the next 30 days. And then you pass it. There's 2 phases. Gio, what's up, my man?
What's up, brother? Good
How are
morning.
you?
Doing all right. How's it going?
Gold. You're doing all right, you said?
Yep.
Awesome. You just got 45 pips on gold. So we are risk-free right now. Let's see what we got here. We should be coming down to retest 1762, 1760 right down here. 1761. Probably just going to. Awesome. You end up taking anything yesterday, Gio? Yeah, we didn't get much.
That drop on GJ, I think, what was that?
You got some on EJ?
No. I'm talking about GJ. Yeah, there was no entry on that. Yeah. That like 10:30 candle.
Let's see. Right over here.
No, yesterday around 10:30 a.m.
Oh, this drop, yeah. David called this. So over here, we ended up, let's see, right over here. Yeah. So right over here, we were kind of in that range, right? And what we were saying yesterday was you got this clean move over here to the left. We come down, we break that previous support over here to continue down with the clean moves, right? Clean zone to trade in, create this low, and then we end up ranging in here, right? We're holding this support over here. And what were we doing yesterday? We were waiting for a possible break above, because at the time, let's see what we had over here. So yesterday, at the time, what happened was we came up with this bullish structure over here, just respecting market structure all the way up. And then we start to taper off a little bit. We start to range after retesting our zone over here, right? So we grab liquidity up here before continuing to move down. And we ended up breaking that support to continue down. So all of a sudden, we started to respect this bearish structure, which is different than what it actually is. So we were respecting this, creating lower highs, lower lows. We found support at a previous resistance over here. So what we were doing was saying that, okay, we broke bearish market structure with a bullish candle over here, but we need price to break a certain zone before we take anything. Because after forming this support, we ended up pushing up with this market structure over here before it started consolidating over here. We're actually we were respecting this, right? Pushing up, but we're not going to take any buys down here because we got that resistance right here, right? We were saying with this move over here that we were talking about yesterday, that if you have from here to the top of this wick over here to the left, if you had like 25, 30 pips right there that you could play with, we would have taken this wick right over here, this move, right, to retest those highs. After rejecting and creating a support right here, you could have grabbed that. But again, that's not a big enough zone. So you want price to break above resistance over here. And that tells you that if we form a support up here, you got that move up here that we could come up and retest and then continue right back up with a clean move to the left to at least 154,800. Since we did break the bearish structure and we are now holding the support and continuing up. But what happened was price broke that right over here, ended up mirroring this move and continuing down. So is there an opportunity for you to grab something like this after, you know, kind of grabbing orders up here, holding this resistance and then breaking support? Was there anything that you could have grabbed? Now I know David got this. David, you want to break down how you took this exactly?
Yeah.
Did you send that chart in
For GJ?
on GJ? Yeah.
No, I have it though.
I thought
I'll send it.
I thought you sent it in here, no?
No, I'm that was to you.
No, this is GJ.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
forgot.
I was just breaking down.
Yeah.
So what made you take this? The volume push?
No, I'm a second like the bigger picture.
Oh, you took it. Let's see.
Yeah, because I hold on.
Oh, you held this drawdown.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I had the bigger picture. Hold on, let's try to show you the bigger picture.
Gonna send it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm sending it right now.
So yeah, there's obviously this was that move and that was that 1030 volume that we always talk about, right? So my rules is that my trading time is from 6:30 to 9. And if I don't catch anything, I know that I have until 11 o'clock to catch something. But if I already grab my 2 trades, 1 or 2 trades before 9 o'clock, then I'm done for the day. But you do have volume until London close. Oh, okay. This makes sense.
So I don't know if you remember, but when I was in PR2, like I got a big move because of that trend line I keep eating on. Like I kind of put a that 2 hour right there.
Okay.
I did an impulse entry, I think on the 30 minutes when the wick, when the candle passed the previous wick.
Right here?
Yeah, but then I came back, but I was like, I was like, if it goes to the other side, like if it passed like my stop loss, I think that we're gonna go up to retouch the trend line again and come back down, but
Okay.
it didn't. So you smell.
So you just held on to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you caught the move.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to see how we could have caught this without holding that drawdown over here. And this is where you drop down to the lower time frames. Very, you know, you got this consolidation over here. So this is the 15-minute. You can move your support right down here. And after grabbing these orders over here, now you get that volume push. As we create this wick, we end up passing the low of this wick, knowing that you have that 1045 volume, 1030, 1045, anywhere around that area, kind of like, you know, it's 730 right now. Once we get to 745, 750, we're going to end up seeing a nice push normally. So it's the same thing towards the end of London. You start to get that push, but do you want to take this impulse entry when you know you have this support over here? Well, knowing that you have the volume, you could potentially take that. See, and the 5-minute would have helped you, where you have the support, price is respecting the support, then you get this bearish engulfing candle closing below the support over here. Even though you got that area right there, knowing you have the volume, you could have caught this move right here, 25 pips, and you would have ended up holding that because prices dropped. All right. So
Yeah, I was actually also looking at it how could it just got better entry.
Yeah.
But the way I wanted just got bigger stop loss, and I was like,
it's something you always want to do is just look at how you could have caught the trade.
Like right now, I was looking at GU. I could get a better entry.
Yeah. Oh, This is what I was doing. So again, what we had over here was this liquidity grab before dropping. Instead of the trend line being right over here for the bearish market structure, right? It's actually right here, which makes sense. Gotta go to the higher time frames. But price is respecting this bearish market structure. But the thing is, it also is in this channel. And right now, as you guys can see on the 15-minute, get rid of this. Get rid of this. As you guys can see on the 15-minute, price was just reacting to that area right now. Or are we retesting right now on the 5-minute to then continue down? You may be able to grab an entry over here. You just want to be smart. And just because you see a bearish candle forming doesn't mean that we're turning around over here. You want certain things to happen. Maybe we break the bearish structure right here. See this zone? If you get a nice close below that zone on the 5-minute or the 1-minute, then you could take this down. That means price is going to probably continue down. But right now, this is good. 30-minute just opened, right? 30-minute opened. And then the 15-minute obviously opened as well. We passed the high of this candle right away. And then we're now flipping bearish. So are we gonna, is this a retest to continue right back down? It's a good question. You just got to look at the 5-minute to see if we do break this support right over here. That might be a good indicator that you're going to continue down. But we could very well continue right back up and do a classic retest on the previous support and then continue down. Wow, would you look at that? Glad I secured. Let me just journal this real quick. Oh, shoot. So now price is coming right back into this zone. You have the support over here on the 15-minute and the 30-minute. So now we got a little fake out going on right here. Are we, and this is why I secured right down here, knowing that we filled this wick, but we made that a strong push. Gold can always come right back up and snap you out, especially being in this zone. I told you guys that this would be a safe zone yesterday, right? We had to wait for this support to break, and then he got that clean move to the left. So once we break that, this would have been a clean trade for you to take. But at the same time, when you're trading in this as a whole, this is where you secure 80% instead of 50. This is where you maybe secure the entire trade instead of trying to leave a runner. Trying to grab a quick scalp. Now, once we break 1760, 1762, then that's where you can leave that runner because we're breaking a major support. We're starting to continue bearish again. But we are stuck basically in the same order block to the left once you get out of that. And honestly, once we break 1760, I could definitely see us retesting 1680 again. But again, those inflation fears have to die down. Things have to be getting back to normal. This Delta variant needs to be not as serious with it when it comes to the vaccine. You know, if you have the vaccine, you should be good. I don't know. What are you guys seeing over there, Pat? Like your friends that got the Delta variant, were are they vaccinated? Guess he's not with us yet.
Sorry, man.
there
What were
you
you
go.
saying?
I was seeing like what are you seeing over there when it comes to the Delta variant and like your friends? Like, did they have the vaccine?
No.
Okay,
No.
so all right. So when it comes to gold, we were just talking about how like, all right, for this to continue to drop down, because if we break 1760 over here, I see us dropping right back down to 1680. Obviously, we're gonna have some issues in this order block here, but I definitely see us retesting 1680 if we break the support, and then also if we break the previous bullish trend, because we've been talking about this over here, right? We have the bullish trend, price respecting it. So are we coming down to tap it again? Right over here, form support, and then continue up. Are we going to continue to consolidate in here? Right? To retap this trend and then continue right back up to retest these highs? Or are we going to break support and then break the trend over here? And if that's the case, we need to wait for a break of this support right there. And if we break below that support, that means we broke the bullish trend on gold. We broke this, we should definitely be testing 1680 once more. And then maybe continuing down. Again, history repeats itself. Very much like this move over here. Previous support, which is basically like 1680 right now. We come all the way up to retest these candle highs, and then we enter that corrective phase where we're just continuing down, breaking through these areas. This is the weekly time frame. So very similar to what we're getting over here if we do continue down. Daily looks like it is holding this resistance, even though it is ranging a little bit. We just need to close below. Yeah, look at that retracement. Tap these lows down here. Tapped into 16 or 1764. Seems like it wanted to tap. These candle body closes, and then you get this wick. So now we're probably going to continue to range in here. Wow, look at that fake out. We're probably coming right back in here. What's going on with the dollar, though? Dollar's holding support over here. So gold should continue to drop. Maybe it's just grabbing liquidity, or it's just like stuck in the range, but the dollar is still pushing bullish over here after breaking previous market structure. All right, let's keep an eye on GJ because we may have a good entry over here today. Just want to be aware of this zone over here, these wicks, right? So this area right here could be a significant area, but once we break below, that should be good. See how the 5 minute came down and tested this previous support right here? It left a wick that we could possibly fill. And it looks like we're creating that top wick right here, but I don't want to take any sells until we break support down here. See how much easier trading is when you plan shit out and you know what you want? If you don't get it, you're not going to trade it.
You trading on your challenge account now?
Yeah, and the that first trade I took was on the what's it called? My live account, my real account. But I don't know. I was contemplating waiting till the end of the month. I mean, we got the 29th, so waiting till July to start it up. But I don't know. If I see a setup, probably my next trade will be on that.
Nice.
It's exciting though. I like challenges. It's good to be doing it. Yeah, I've just always had this weird stigma with using funding companies, but I was convinced otherwise. Yeah. So how's everyone's week starting out? I know we didn't get much yesterday, but you guys doing well? Gary, you taking anything?
Yeah, I took a gold one yesterday.
Awesome. That was your only trade of the week?
Yeah, so far.
Nice.
Haven't taken anything this morning.
Good shit. Being selective, huh?
Yeah, just nothing's really played out, really. Like I said, I was watching GJ, but it just sort of went without giving the top wick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at that gold one you took as well. Again, that went without no top wick.
Yeah. Yeah. What, the second candle?
Yeah, like I got the same support as you, but it didn't close below it. Oh no, GJ that was. But yeah, gold, I was looking at the same as you, but
You were saying this candle.
yeah, it didn't have no top wick.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense. It's just my setup over here. You know, sometimes it doesn't create that top wick. But if you get that volume push, 630, normally get a little bit of volume on gold, or any pair for that matter. We pass the low. If we pass the low over here, we should be continuing down. Especially finally after breaking, you're breaking a 4-hour zone over here, or range. You're breaking a 4-hour range. Price drops out of that. And then if you get a small retest, once that retest happens and you get that bearish candle with a wick, price normally just drops to retest that low. And it could very well continue to consolidate. In this case, you got the fake out right now, and price is probably going to continue to range in here or come back into this range and just stay in there. But once you break that range, it's good. Awesome. Appreciate it, man. Super clean. Super clean move to the left. Entry 4 hours. Okay. Yeah, so like we were breaking down before on this. Like I like that you took it as we broke the low. Now, if you're holding drawdowns like these, the stop loss is in good placement. And again, a lot of us trade differently. So if this is what you're comfortable with, just back test it and make sure that it's working. The good thing is you never broke the high over here, right? With this retest. But this is a setup that we were talking about before where you consolidate over here, you come up and grab liquidity, and then you get that fake out over here, coming right back down in a downtrend, and then you get that drop. Normally it drops from here. I've taken many trades where price is in, let's say some kind of a drawdown, or not drawdown, but bearish trend over here. Let's say it's like that. Price is kind of consolidating over here. Then we come up, grab liquidity, and then just head right back down. And then you get that hard push, just like we got with these candles right here. That's exactly what you look for. You just got to wait for a price to close right back into this range. And you sent that chart before where what was that, GU? Yeah. The 15-minute would have been a good entry. So the 15-minute, you have right, previous support, now resistance, price closes right back up, kind of fakes out. And then once we close back into the range with this candle, you could have entered right here, and then you could have entered right here. The only thing is you got to anticipate that price is going to break through the support. But this is something that you can journal. Looks like GJ. This was that retest. We broke below. See the other time frames. We should be continuing down. Just don't like that it rejected. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be taking this. Just risking 1%. Just don't like it how it rejected this level right here. Plus, I already took that trade on gold. Is anybody in GJ right now?
Yeah, I'm in from the top of the retest,
Awesome.
but I only took it on the demo, the FTMO.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm in from the original point that I told you about.
Nice.
So
Good job, Pat.
thanks, man. So pretty much 16 pips with still have like 66% of my trade running. So yeah.
Perfect. David, funding talent. I think we should be continuing down over here. So now we normally get some good volume. I want to see closing below here. It keeps rejecting this area. And we had that hard snapback on the 15-minute. Let's see if we hold this area. You see, like how I don't need to take this trade. Like I'm just looking for an entry. If I don't get it, I'm worried of this zone over here. But I do know that at 750 we do get that volume push. But was this candle that volume push? And then we're gonna consolidate till 8. Looks like we're holding this resistance over here. Yeah. Yeah, part of me feels like I missed this. I don't want to just jump into it. Gonna go to work. All right, man. Only took GU, took everything at TP once. All right, perfect. Good job, man. I'll see you tomorrow, Dave. I was at 8 o'clock already. There it goes. The volume push. See, this current 1 hour candle is a huge candle. If I miss this, I'm good. All right. Pat, James, good job, boys. It's a nice trade. It's basically the same setup we got on gold. Great trade, boys. Now that I look at it, could have entered this on the 5 after this candle closed below the support. And then this candle retested. As this candle probably flipped bearish. You do have the support right here, but what's up?
I entered as it flipped bearish.
Oh, okay. So you take this trade.
Yeah, as it flipped bearish.
Awesome. So let's see what we get over here. Maybe if we get a retest of this area. Oh. This. If we get a retest right there. Let's see the area to the left. Could we get a move down to the support down here? Possibly. After breaking support, instead of getting in around here, knowing that you have that support, now we create this low down here. So now we can retest right over here. And if this starts to flip, or if we start to get that resistance formed right here, you may have a possible either scale in if you're already in this, or an entry over here. Knowing that you have the 8 o'clock volume coming in. So what's happening right now, 7:57, is you're getting that bottom wick formed over here. There was another thing. I didn't want to become that bottom wick. Wow. So keep in mind, 7:50 volume, 7:45 to 8 o'clock, you get strong pushes like this, and you guys are volume traders. All right, so what do I have? Carlos, did we lock down the time yet?
For the Zoom?
Yes.
No, I think he told me it was gonna. I think he said like after 3.
After what, today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
I should be getting back from the city around that time. We might actually be able to do it while I'm up there. What's your schedule like today?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'll be free until after 1 of my time. So I think that's 2 your time.
You'll be free after when you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So, we will play it by ear. I know I have. Let's see my calendar. And Pat, did you see my messages? So I have Geo on Saturday, right? Get that in my calendar. I have Gafor today as well. So yeah, let's play it by ear when I get up there, and I'll let you know. Yeah, that flip.
Sounds good.
Crazy.
All right, guys, I gotta head to work. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, my man. Make some money, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Good shit. So
All right,
we are retracing over here. So that trend that we were talking about over here looks like we're probably respecting it right now. So is this our low? Are we going to start holding the support right now? Right? Got 3 rejections so far with a bullish candle right now that's about to pass the previous high of the 30-minute. So are we getting a support formed right here? And then are we going to come right back into this range? I wouldn't take buys, right? Because fundamentally and technically we are bearish, but I would say if you do want to take buys, I think safe buys will be below or above this area right here. So 153, 400. You could potentially take buys from here right back up to this area over here, 153, 800, to then hold resistance and continue right back down to create new lows. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves over here. I'm just looking at possible setups because every time we create these lows over here, we end up getting those impulsive moves up, and then we continue down, or those corrective moves up, retracements, and then we continue to expand. Just past the high of the previous 30-minute.
Hey man, sorry, I was doing some work, but I just hopped back on now, and I'm seeing how GJ is respecting that channel.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Created that new low, just like it always does, right? Creates that new low, gets that corrective move where we create new highs or lower highs.
Yeah.
And then we continue right back down. Same thing right here.
I think I could potentially scale in if it breaks the new low later on, depending on volume and whatnot.
Right over here.
Just hold on. Yeah.
I see that too. So let's see if we now created a new low down here. So let's see if we get that resistance formed right here. If you do, if you get a resistance formed on the 30-minute, maybe we could take this right back down. But again, we're creating a new low on the trend. And I wouldn't take buys until maybe up here, because everything below this trend line over here is sells.
So you wouldn't take buys until where exactly?
Safe buys right up here at 153,400. Once you break that bearish market structure where we create the lows, consolidate, create a new low, come up here, consolidate a little bit, retest the previous trend, and then we continue to create a new low. So are we going to come up, consolidate over here, and then continue down? Or are we going to break above here where, you can maybe take riskier buys up here once we break above this previous support? If you get like a little retest over here, could potentially take buys, but those are going to be risky buys. On the higher time frames, everything points to sells, doesn't it? You got the 4-hour over here with a clean move to the left where we're just continuing to push below. All the way back down to 152. So I was just looking at the 4-hour. The 4-hour, as we've seen many times before, this candle ends up closing a strong bearish candle, but there's no bottom wick. Then you get this drop over here where price continues below and then it snaps back.
Okay.
So let's see. Was this a similar setup? Oh, you know what we got? Where did we get this? Similar. We've seen this before. The weekly. See this? So 152 held that support. Price ended up coming all the way down to 152. This candle ended up coming down to create a bottom wick, and then it flipped bullish. So looking at the 4-hour over here, it's kind of similar. This strong bearish wick or candle with no bottom wick pushes down. Actually, it pushed up first, and then it pushed all the way down. Now it's kind of consolidating over here. Seems a little overextended. Wow, we just passed the high of the 1-hour. Gary, was this that formation you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
Where we create the daily lows, we end up breaking below it.
Yeah, turtle soup.
Turtle soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this could have been a possible entry as we pass the high of these candles. It's just, do you want to take these moves over here? This is something, it's smart. Like, all right, if we're not going to take it, just journal this. It's just small ranges over here. Yeah, so this whole move right here, that's only 10 pips right there. What's going on with dollar still pushing up? Looks like we're holding resistance over here on the yen. Maybe that's why we're pushing up over here on GJ. I'm glad I didn't become that wick.
What do you mean?
So the reason I was really hesitating over here is because price was so overextended. Also, the hour was coming to a close. So what happened? This candle ended up passing the low of that candle and creating this low down here. But when after it created this low, first of all, you got that trend, but not to mention the after creating that low is around like 755. So do I think that we're going to get another volume push after that to continue down? Or are we just creating that bottom wick and are we going to retrace a little bit? Right? Like I was saying this zone, if we broke below that zone right over there, we could potentially enter, but we didn't get like that clear of an entry. Let's see, you could have taken it from right here. So that would have only been 9 pips and we would have waited for the 10 pips by this point and we wouldn't have gotten it. We would have just gotten stopped at a break even. Wow. Got the fake out on gold. So we got 43 pips on that. Let's see what happens. Very tricky range to trade in. Pat, how are you feeling about your trading?
Much better than I have in a very long while.
Love it. You feel calm in the market?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Good.
I think that's been the biggest growth area over the past 1 month. You know, just like the emotions. I've always been somebody like, you know, pretty like in control sort of thing. You know, I'm not an impulsive person, but on the markets it was a bit different, especially like much earlier where you're like, you know, you're trying to build a castle in the sky based on the profits, on the imaginary profits that you're gonna get in the market.
I like that. Trying to build a castle in the sky.
Yeah. But now, like, nah, man, it's so much easier for me because of the clarity and the calmness that I have. Don't revenge trade. Like, I don't do any of that shit. You know, like, yeah. I think the biggest difference now is like I only trade what I see, and if what I think doesn't happen, I'm totally fine with it.
Love that. I mean, the quicker that you understand that you have obviously two opportunities to take a trade, but also the fact that, like, you know, you don't have to trade. You don't have to take a scalp every day. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't present itself. And if it doesn't, you got to be completely okay with that. And the second you realize that is the second you really start turning the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the second you become profitable, but the second you really start to understand what you're trying to do in the market and turn the corner in that way.
Yeah.
There's many other things that get you to profitable, but that's one of the main ones. But that's what we push in here, right? Discipline. Also being calm in the market, having a plan and
Yeah.
sticking to that plan, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been reflecting on like a lot of things, especially like during the journey of this course. Funny enough, I think the best thing that I've gotten out of like being part of like SFX has been like honestly, it has been doing what was that challenge we did?
The Grow
The
Challenge?
75 hard challenge.
Oh, 75, yes.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
that was a catalyst for a lot of things.
Let's go, baby. Yes.
A lot of things.
100%. It's you go through this growth period like by yourself, and you know that there's very few people on the outside that actually understand what you're going through. Did your wife
Yep.
do it with you?
Oh, fuck no.
Yes. Okay. So same. When I did it the first time, it was, I was doing it alone, and we would go out and stuff, and I wouldn't be drinking, and in the very beginning, you get ragged down a little bit, like, come on, drink, like, have a beer, come on, and they don't understand what you're actually trying to do. It's not until maybe the first month, after the first month, and you're actually sticking to it, people start to respect it, and they're like, you know what, all right. You're this far, like keep it going. Not that like drinking is a problem, like you don't have a drinking problem, but it's like you're going out and people think that you need to drink to go out, and also like the working out and everything, it's sticking to it.
But everybody just thinks that you're fucking insane.
You just broke up a little bit. What was that?
No, I said like when you like now when I explain the challenge to people and so on, everybody just like I see the expression on their face. They're like, "Why would you put yourself through that, man? You must really have issues." Sort of thing.
It's the average way of thinking. That's not how we think in here, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's
like that. I mean, yeah. There's no way of rationalizing it to the person who's not really looking to challenge themselves. So.
Exactly. Everyone's looking for comfort, and the problem is us as a society, especially in the Western world, we're getting farther and farther away from survival, right? And survival is the best type of growth, right? Like when you feel like you need to survive, obviously it's not a comfortable place to be in, but think about the beginning of civilization. Like everyone was just trying to survive. That's all you cared about, right? How am I going to eat today, right? And if I don't eat, how is my family going to eat? How are we going to, hunt if we don't get anything? That's where you grow as a person, because you get creative, right? And when you get farther and farther away from that danger or that survival area, and you get more towards comfort, society gets very complacent. And that's I don't like being in that type of mindset.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to some people's credit, though, there's certain comfort and discomfort that people are willing to put up with, and that's also fine.
Yep. The problem is that we have so many forms of like dopamine hits every single day. So like that's all people are addicted to it, and it's so easy to get them now. All you got to do is look at your phone and look at a new video. That's a dopamine hit. Or you someone likes your post, dopamine. Hold on, I got to sneeze. So like everyone's constantly just searching for that every single day, all day long. Right? And as long as you step away from that and get the things that you need to do done every single day, you're going to be in a much better spot. you're gonna feel more confidence. You're gonna feel better about yourself
Yeah.
because you're getting work done. That's why I say the best type of motivation or drive that you want to get, like a quick form of momentum, is just putting work in, back testing. You put some music on, put your phone on the other side of the room, and get a good session or two of back testing on the simulator in. You feel great.
Mm.
Looking at, see, these ranges aren't big enough. Get gold coming right back into this mess. Yeah, so looks like we're getting that impulsive move up. Just not smart to take any buys. That's the only issue. We did break below this previous support on the 4-hour, right? This wick, these candle bodies were below, and we created this low down here. We should be continuing right back down, but we need some kind of a bearish formation over here. I think what we could get is a continued consolidation right over to this area right here. And then we start to head right back down.
Or on the 4-hour. Oh, I guess it hasn't closed yet. No,
We could get rid of this. I was just showing you where. So the 4-hour.
no, I was saying, price could just be heading up to like grab liquidity, so it can head back down.
Yep. Oh, with this Chrome 4-hour candle.
Actually, I'd say more with the next one. If this one closes like this, then we could potentially see, I think, the next one forming a top wick around this area, this zone.
And then breaking its own low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I could definitely see that. Yeah, see what we get. Could just be grabbing liquidity to continue down. How's your diet been since finishing the 75 hard?
Holy shit, man. I am in shape, bro.
Good shit.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, man, that shit has been it's been, I don't know, I think that the biggest thing it did for me, it just made me okay with like, for instance, for lunch I just had brown rice, broccoli, chicken breast,
Mhm.
Wasn't great, but it was okay, sort of thing. And it's like, not, I don't know, you don't have to enjoy every meal,
Mhm.
And so it's like balancing that in my mind, because if I were to like, I want to enjoy every meal, then I might as well like have, like some nice pasta and something, which is just not great for me, right? And I think that's the mindset that most people, sort of live with.
Absolutely.
So, that has changed for me, where I see food as functional, and then I reward myself over the weekend, with a meal or two that I really look forward to. And it makes it feel like it's earned and deserved, and it actually makes it more enjoyable for me. But yeah, no, it's been great. So after my 75, I actually went. My 75 actually like really it was so hectic. It actually fucked like my body up quite a bit.
I was gonna ask you about your body.
Yeah, no, if like my whole left side, so my left shoulder, which was damaged from boxing years ago, became worse. My left knee, my left wrist. So after 75, because I was having like aches and pains constantly, I had to go to like a biokinetist and a physiotherapist, to like sort shit out. And I also went. I was just like, let me also go to like a dietitian, so I can like, I want to be very formulaic with my food. Remember we had that chat? Yeah. So I went to see a dietitian, and sheesh, man, it's been great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
Crazy. So your body feels better now, though?
It does. I mean, yeah, it so it's just, like, especially as men working out, let me not generalize. Let's say, just a lot of men, the only thing we understand about working out is getting bigger muscles, right? Sort of thing, like looking better, but nobody ever prioritizes like range of movement, flexibility, and all that stuff. So the biokinetist and my work with the physiotherapist, and even like my trainer, my personal trainer, has been around, making the hips and joints as flexible as possible, and then isolating the little movements that contribute to the bigger movements that you have during a workout. Like so rather than like for instance, a simple bicep curl, right? Doing the right form of a bicep curl. So for instance, if you, while doing a bicep curl, ensure that your back is as straight as can be, your core is sucked in, your elbows should be touching your sides. You do that and you feel such a difference in the like intensity of the simple bicep curl, and that in itself is a workout. So it's been that has also been like a great mind shift, focusing on like the little detail.
It makes you want to even work out even more because you're doing it slowly and you're concentrating on the muscle, and you're just embracing every single movement that you make. I'm sure Gio can relate with this a lot. Gary too.
Fuck though.
What's up?
I said it's boring as fuck. That's for sure.
You don't like it?
Fuck, dude. Like you're taking like 5 seconds to do a single bicep curl.
I don't know. I embrace it. You ever hear? You ever watch Pumping Iron?
With Mark Wahlberg?
No. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh no, sorry. No, I haven't.
Oh, that's about him winning the Olympia, what, like 8 times? Gio probably knows.
I see.
Yep.
Yeah, he won it 8 times in a row, I think. It's a pretty good documentary, but he compares it to, it's kind of a funny clip. I'll bring it up. He was a nut back then.
And he like Schwarzenegger, he wasn't on any roids like at all during all this.
Is that true?
No, I'm asking, like, was he on anything?
I think he was.
I don't think nobody in that category. I don't think you could reach that level if you're not taking any enhancer.
Without one?
Without one, yeah.
Yeah, look at his
It's
body.
just your body, yeah.
That's ridiculous. But like, listen to what he says about this. It's pretty funny. Yeah, this guy. Good for you, man. Gio, do you remember this?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that is crazy.
He was a monster.
The greatest feeling you can get in the gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in the gym, is the pump. Let's say you train your biceps. Blood is rushing into your muscles, and that's what we call
Muscles.
pump. Your muscles get a really tight feeling, like your skin is going to explode any minute. You know, it's really tight. It's like somebody blowing air into your muscle. It just blows up, and it feels different. It feels fantastic. It's as satisfying to me as coming is, you know, as having sex with a woman coming. So can you believe how much I'm in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people. I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific, right?
It's crazy.
That's pretty wild. Mm.
Yeah, what a monster.
When it comes to working out, what are your goals, Steph?
My goals is always just to I bulked up a little bit. Always to cut fat though. Like I wanna get bigger, but at the same time just a very lean muscle, you know. Just very low body fat. But I was able to put on some size a little bit so that I can cut down soon.
Okay.
But like, you know, when I'm working out, it's always, you know, the same routine. I go in, weigh myself, start with cardio, whether it's on the bike, the rowing machine, the Stairmaster, or the treadmill. And I do around like 25, 30 minutes of that. Then I start with abs just because, you know, after you're done lifting, do you really want to do abs? No. So I'd rather start with that, get that out of the way. Even though I like doing abs, I like changing up different, you know, angles when it comes to exercises. And sometimes I make up my own ab workouts, which is entertaining. But sometimes when you're done lifting and after you're done doing cardio, you just don't want to do abs. You're just done for the day.
Yeah.
You know, so get that done first. And then I start with a body muscle that it's either a push or a pull. So if I'm doing back, you know, you're obviously going to do some biceps as well with it. You might as well mix them in. So I do around like 3 or 4 exercises for each. And I limit my breaks as much as possible. That's a major key when it comes to working out. It's just limiting your breaks and timing them to like 20 or 30 seconds. And yeah.
Why is it a major key? Sorry.
Because you're stopping that blood from flowing so much. So when you take that rest, you know, you could just sit there and you lose a pump easily. You know what I'm saying? So your body's not feeling that feeling of just constantly going. Like next time you go to the gym today or tomorrow. I know it's probably what time is it for you right now?
2:30, but yeah, I am going in a couple of hours.
So you have a watch, like you could time yourself?
Yeah.
So put 30 seconds in between each set.
Okay.
And let me know what you think. Like that's why, like when people say they spend 2 hours at the gym, it's like, why? You know? You don't need to. You could get with cardio, you could get a great workout in 15 minutes. Normally I like to stay an hour, and that's about it. 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes of abs. The rest of it's lifting and cardio.
So I actually do about an hour and a half.
Nice.
First 20 minutes is used like to warm up. Sure, man, that is so important for me. Especially like preventing injuries and just actually being able to maximize my workout and improve the quality.
Yep.
I need like a good warm up, you know.
100%.
But I do struggle with what is it? Like what you're saying, like consistent, like high intensity with like little breaks.
Yep.
You know, like 30-second, like there, I really do feel it. Like, oh man! But I think that's my next challenge would be to be able to keep up with such a high intensity.
Yeah, when it comes to the warming up and stretching, I was actually just talking to James about this and how like the older you get, the more you realize you have to stretch. I used to stretch a lot more when I was a college athlete. You know, now, well, actually, so I was a college athlete, then like I stopped stretching as much, right? And then as I got older, I realized, okay, I need to stretch a lot. So I give myself at least 10 minutes before my workout to get like a nice stretch in. But also, you know, you mentioned that you get a workout in within an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now you have a benchmark. So now you're like, okay, how can I cut the time down of this workout even more? How can I eliminate some of that space in between my work, my sets and my workouts? Am I looking at my phone? Am I, just kind of walking around or pacing in between my sets, or am I actually getting after it and maybe supersetting or adding a set like of abs in between your workout? Whatever the case may be, but you can maybe take that hour and a half workout realistically with keeping your cardio, not rushing anything really, but taking that hour and a half workout and bringing it to like maybe an hour 20 or an hour 10.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a nice little challenge for you.
We'll definitely try that. So I love the I don't know if you know the P90X home workout series. Man, I love that. It's like a all-time favorite of mine.
That's awesome.
I love it. But yeah, I've just like diverted from that to try a few new things. But typically, like years ago, that was what I was addicted to. And my God, for the longest time, I used to struggle to keep up with those guys.
Now you feel like you're easily able to keep up.
Yeah. But then when it comes to like the break period, I'm like, nah, fuck that, man. Like, I'm taking more than 30 seconds, Like,
yeah. My fiance loves the insanity workouts. It's basically like the same thing, right? Sean T.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I'm trying to see what else I can do with this. Now that I'm back in shape, I'm trying to see what else I can open myself up to in terms of like interest.
Oh, yeah, keep challenging yourself. It's the best space to be in when you're challenging yourself.
Yeah.
May feel uncomfortable a little bit, but the more you get used to it, the better you are for it.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I was gonna say. So, different topic, right? So, one of the things that I've been reflecting on, because I've really been trying to understand my learning journey when it comes to trading, and like what works best for me. And I remember I always used to feel bad because I like to expose myself to different people who sort of say the same thing, So it's not like we're gonna move from this and then go to like somebody who's teaching is this stochastics or however you say that, sort of thing, and hop onto that system. No, but hop onto somebody else or expose myself to somebody else that trades similar, because there's always like little nuggets, that you pick up here and there. And so I've always felt bad about that, right? I always felt bad about it because I felt like I was like, hopping and changing and whatnot. But I realized that actually that's how I learned best, by exposing myself to, other people who are similar, but, who explain things in a slightly different way. And then for me, it gives me such a holistic viewpoint. and that allows me to then extrapolate like my own understanding, if that makes sense.
Dude, 1000%. And I honestly, like, and I've experienced this before from other people, or from other people that I've learned from, where, you know, you have a mentor and they tell you, don't listen to this person or don't listen to that person. Don't go all over the place. With me, like, I'm not teaching you how to trade the way I do. I'm teaching you how to form your own strategy. Now, there's a huge difference between strategy hopping and taking different nuggets and being a sponge and learning from different people, whether it's on YouTube, people that you're friends with in the industry, people in here. Like Gary's got an interesting strategy. You got Justin has a crazy strategy now that's working pretty well for him on US 30. Like, learn from different people. Just don't strategy hop. Now, strategy hopping is where, you're trying your strategy out, your base strategy, and then all of a sudden you see that it's not working. You hit a losing streak, and now you're starting to get discouraged. Now all of a sudden you hear that someone else is making money with another strategy, and you start to use that right away. You learn from them and you use it right away in your live account instead of back testing it over the last 3 or 4 months and trying that out. Now, I wouldn't say strategy hop. I would say take little nuggets of what makes sense to you from what they're doing, and then you can implement that into your strategy by forming your own strategy, because that's what everyone's doing. Nobody trades the same. You could take a lot from what I do, but at the same time, some of it may make sense, some of it may not to you. Like some guys in here like using the trend line. Some people don't. So you're taking little nuggets from me, from, let's say, Rakeel, from Ted, let's say Sean Lee, or all these people all over the world. You're learning different things from them that make sense to you, and you're implementing that into your strategy. That's why I love that Trading Nut podcast. I take little psychology tidbits from everyone, and then every once in a while I'll watch their breakdown on YouTube, and I'll be like, all right, that makes sense. A lot of the time it doesn't. But sometimes I'm like, all right, wow, that's something that maybe I can add into my backtesting routine and try this thing out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's the way you want to think. You want to be, I know it sounds crazy, but you want to be like a thief. You're just taking from different people. I know it's funny. I like older music, like oldie stuff. I was introduced by my grandpa to some of that stuff growing up. But do you know who Michael Bublé is?
Yeah.
So I don't listen to him too much, but I know he takes a lot from, let's say, Dino. He takes a lot from Frank Sinatra. Takes a lot from Elvis. And there's a video on YouTube of him kind of impersonating all three and how he adds all those into the way he sings. And the guy interviewing him, he's like, "You're like a thief. Like, you're taking from every different person, but that's how you have to be." And any successful trader will tell you the same thing. They took a lot from different people and created their own thing. You give them credit, right? You give them credit for what you learn from them, but at the same time, it's your strategy that you're building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like for me, my strategy comes a lot from Rakeel. It comes a lot from Jevin. Comes a lot from my original not as much from my original mentor, because he's more of a swing trader and he trades more institutionally and stuff like that. But I do pay attention to that stuff. But my main, and then I get a lot from people on Trading Nut or people that I talk to on the internet. There's a lot of different things, but at the same time, I'm not really adding anything new to my trading now. It's mainly I just get little psychology tips.
Yeah.
And if something makes sense to me, like what Gary's been testing out, I'll read that book. I'm like halfway through that little book over here. I don't know if, let's see, Gary sent this book into
Book of Gems.
What was that?
Book of Gems.
Book of Gems, yeah, man. Market structure and powerful setups. So this is in the books tab if you want to read through this, Pat. You can take little things like that, like this setup over here. What was it on gold that we just got this morning? Right here, Gary pointed this out yesterday. I like this setup. And would you call it a turtle muse?
Turtle soup.
Turtle soup. Yeah.
It's like
It's
you have,
crazy.
you have the so you have the London low or London open. So you see a big red candle. That's
The
like the
low
London.
created.
That's like the London open, and then the New York open sweeps, goes up, sweeps the London open, and then it can go back up.
Then it forms this like little support over here, but it looks like a fake out, and
Yeah.
price continues right back up. This time it looks like it rejected. I'm guessing the dollar took a nice impulsive move up. Oh yeah. Gold is still, or dollar is still holding the support. Looks like we're gonna retest this high, and gold is gonna continue down. We just filled this wick. Problem is, like, where's your entry gonna be on this? Your stop loss, we're gonna put it up here. 15-minute. You just got a massive bearish move over here. What you could have done on this, especially the 30-minute, after this 30-minute rejects this area so hard and flips bearish like this, you have a wick to fill. You could have entered this as this passed the low. Oh, damn. As it passed the low of these candles over here with your stop loss up here. Hold on. Ah, what's he talking about? That's some FOMC speakers talking, barking. Well, is he talking about increasing interest rates? Let's see.
With WebEx, the McLaren Formula One team is collaborating like never before.
That's a drop.
In 20 countries, I'm Risky Gupta. This is Bloomberg.
I don't know how we could get his speech, but actually, he may be ruffling some feathers here. You know what? I like this over here on GJ. This is kind of what I was looking for. This close below the support over here. I think we could continue down in this area over here. Take my first trade on this challenge account. I think we should continue right back down to fill this wick and continue bearish. Only risking 1%. Does this trade make sense? After we got this little liquidity grab up here, and we create a top wick and pass the low of this candle, normally get some volume around this time. If this candle starts to flip bullish, then I will probably close 50. but it should continue down. Here we're breaking the support over here. Let's get a nice volume push. Looks like the 1 hour is about to flip bearish. Every time I turn Bloomberg on, I get that their song stuck in my head. Something I'm looking at over here is the 1 hour. We have this wick over here to fill. If this 1 hour closes the way it does, or like a weak candle like this, the next candle at 9 o'clock comes down and breaks the low of that candle right here. We should be filling that wick and continuing down. But at the same time, yeah, safer sells would have been as we broke the low of this wick right here. I think we should continue down. Let's get that 850 volume push. Anybody else on this?
No, I left it.
All right, so the 5 minute ended up closing below this little support over here. You got that clean move right back down to this area. Everything is bearish when it comes to GJ anyway.
Yeah. So this is my second and final trade for the day. Got 40 something pips on gold. Alright, so this candle is flipping bullish over here. So I just closed 50. You guys there?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
my computer just does that.
Is that your computer that keeps making the beeping noise?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though. Pain in my ass. Let's see. 5 minute. 5 minute close and no top wick over here. All right, GJ, you want to drop for me? You guys got plans the rest of the day?
Just dad duties.
Got what?
Just dad duties.
Dad duties.
Mm.
Dad duties. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the full thing. That's not bad. 150. Risked 1% on that. Yeah, I don't like it. Holding this support over here after this rejection.
Hey man,
Looking good.
Sorry, I had to step out a little bit. GJ seems like it's just playing games.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth being in. I just cut 50 when the 15-minute right here flipped bullish, and then when the 5-minute over here created this bottom wick and then started flipping bullish again, that's where I just closed the full thing. I have my stop loss up here, so I was down. I only risked 1% on that, thinking that after this move over here, we started closing below with this bearish candle. Normally, when we pass the low of that candle, we could come right back down. But I guess this is really a significant trend over here.
Yeah.
Respecting this.
What I'm looking at now, I'm about to head out. But what I was looking at is on this channel that we're in on the 30-minute, 1 hour, whatever. You see the way it's like been forming lower lows and lower highs. It's in it consolidates. Then pushes down, consolidates some more, and I'm thinking that it's probably going to consolidate around this trend line area before it pushes down or pushes up.
100%. We could get something like this. We're respecting this bearish trend right here. And then we get the consolidation where we continue to consolidate to tap this area, and then we continue down. Where we're just collecting orders in there.
Yeah.
So 9 o'clock came around. So if price closes below 152, 966 right here, you may be able to get a sell to continue down, but you may want to just stay out. I just took my 2 trades for the day, won 1, lost 1, but managed risk. So we're all good. I'm about to head off. It's 9 o'clock right now. I got to hit the gym, then I got to go to the city. So guys, have a great day, right? Be great. Do the things you got to do every day. Budget your hours, and I will see you tomorrow morning.
Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Hey, brother. Talk to you later.
Cheers, everyone.
See you, boys.